Hey, what's up? Hope you're having a fantastic day and welcome back to another episode of Out the Box. Now today we are finally unboxing the Boss RC-500. I am super duper excited, so let's just jump straight into it. Now the Boss RC-500 is Boss's brand new dual track 2-track looper pedal, and it's replacing the Boss RC-30, which came out quite a while ago. Now I did a video in depth comparing the specifications of the Boss RC-30 against the Boss RC-500 that you can check out over here if you want to learn more. But overall, basically they've taken everything that was great about the RC-30, modernized it, and really bumped up the specs. So it's pretty impressive in 2020. Now we have been provided some batteries out of the box because obviously the Boss RC-500 can both be battery operated and also it can run off a power supply to give you a bit of versatility in the types of environments that you can loop within. Now an interesting point is the RC-500 does only run 4 AA batteries, whereas the RC-30 I believe ran 6 AA batteries, which meant it did have a slightly lengthier battery life if that's a problem for you. Now first impressions of the pedal, I'm actually really impressed with how small the looper station actually is. Now just like with the Boss RC-5 that we recently took a look at, the Boss RC-500 has got 57 drum patterns with 2 variants. But where the Boss RC-500 beats the RC-5 is the fact you have 16 different drum kits that you can actually choose from compared to the 7 drum kits that are available on the Boss RC-5. Now this gives you a lot of versatility in how you can go about manipulating the onboard grooves and patterns to the type of genre that you play within. Also inside the box is obviously the owner's manual. Now I will be doing loads of tutorials here on YouTube to teach you more about what you can do with the Boss RC-500, but I will also be putting together my ultimate guide to complement my Boss RC-505 and Boss RC-300 series. So check the links in the video description down below because as soon as I release it, I will put them down there. And also be sure to like and subscribe to the channel so you can catch any future tutorials that I do. Now another new specification of the Boss RC-500 is the new audio processing, which is 32-bit. Now I recently tried out the Boss RC-5, which also has the exact same audio engine at 32-bit, and I was really impressed with the performance of that looper pedal, and I seriously do think you can hear the improvement even over a product that's running WAV 16-bit. The clarity was just there, and also with the onboard drum samples sounding so much better than previously in the Boss Looper Station series, it creates a really great versatile package that just sounds great overall. Now something else that's greatly improved with the Boss RC-500 over the Boss RC-30 is actually the built-in effects. Now we have totally brand new effects that are included with the Boss RC-500. Now those effects are beat repeat, beat shift, beat scatter, vinyl flick, and we also have a reverb which is exclusive to the drum patterns, so you can add a little bit of wet to the onboard rhythm section so it doesn't sound too dry. Now the Boss RC-30's built-in effects, in my honest opinion, were pretty useless and weren't too usable because they didn't really sound very good. But the RC-500, from the demonstrations that I've seen online, they seem to be pretty impressive. And that's something we'll be checking out for my full review that I'll be releasing in a few weeks' time. Now to boot up the Boss RC-500, you have to plug a cable into the output of the looper pedal, just like with the RC-30 and the brand new Boss RC-5. This will then trigger either the batteries or the power supply that's plugged in, and it will begin to boot up. Now, just like with the Boss RC-5, we have a brand new LCD display on the RC-500, and it works exactly the same as on the Boss RC-5. Now, on the Boss RC-500, when your loop track is blank, it will display this dark blue and light blue text on the LCD display to signify this is an empty loop track. Very similar to the Boss RC-10R's color coding in regards to the LED lights. Now, when we go about recording a loop track, the LCD indicator will now show record on the loop light screen, and then the loop light indicator will show green when we're in play state, and then when we go to overdub, the pedal will illuminate orange on the screen and on the foot switch over here to show you are now overdubbing onto the track. Now where it gets really interesting is when I stop this loop track, you will notice that the LCD display will have changed slightly. So I'll stop the loop and you can now see that we have white text on a dark blue, almost black background. Very similar to how the Boss RC-505's LCD display looks. Now this now tells us that there is a loop track occupying this loop. So now you don't either overwrite it, accidentally delete it. It's a new way of telling you more information of what your looper pedal is doing. And I really like this so far. Now, following on the topic of the actual LCD display, surface of the looper pedal is really nicely laid out. So they've changed the style of buttons compared to the RC30, and also they've changed the layout quite extensively as well compared to the RC30. Now, on the Boss RC30, obviously that was a dual foot switch designed looper pedal. So we had this foot switch here would be record play, and then the right hand side foot switch was stop, and that works exactly the same on the RC500, but now we have this additional track select. And in my honest opinion, I think this is absolutely brilliant that we now have this track select, because one of the major problems with the RC30 for me was how much of a headache it was to try and switch from track 1 to track 2 by doing the variety of shortcuts on the pedal. And yes, you could connect an external foot switch to do the track switching, but then you lost a majority of the assigns that you could maybe use a little bit more useful to that foot switch. Well, now we have a dedicated foot switch for track selecting between track 1 and track 2, and now we can use our Boss FS6 external foot switch to do much more advanced and much more useful and practical control switches. So this is how the brand new track select foot switch actually works. So you can see right now we are on track 1. I have a loop recorded. It's got these white lights just to tell us that it's stopped, and you can see it's flashing to signify we have track 1 selected. I can play it and I can also stop it. Now if I click track select, this will instantly hop us over to track 2, and now you can see track 2 is blinking and these play lights are in blue to show that this loop track is empty. I can go about recording a loop now and it works exactly the same as I demonstrated earlier. And then if we want to play both of the tracks at the exact same time, you simply hold the track select foot switch in for a couple of seconds, and then it selects both of the loop tracks that you can start and stop simultaneously. Now, if you enjoyed today's video on the Boss RC-500, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, because I'm going to be doing a full demonstration video coming next week. So turn the notification bell to on so you don't miss that video. But as always, I've been Ben Rollins. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.